welcome to In Focus, the video podcast where we discuss aspects of Holocaust history through the lens of photography. I'm Elon Kawish, photojournalist and director of Together Restoring Their Names, and I'm joined by my co-host Cheyenne Paris, a master's student at Brandeis University studying conflict resolution and coexistence and Near Eastern and Judaic studies. On today's episode, we will be discussing Auschwitz, the surroundings. Cheyenne, many visitors to Auschwitz don't realize that there was a thriving Jewish community in the town next to the camp for many years before the Holocaust. What still exists in the town, and what should visitors go to see there now?
Definitely. So the town of Auschwitz is next to Auschwitz. It's pretty close, and that's what's so crazy is that people go to visit the camp of Auschwitz in Birkenau and don't actually go to visit the town. The town did have a thriving Jewish community. There is still a synagogue there. They have a museum there. Visitors are more than welcome to come, and they have a really great exhibit there. We actually went to go visit it, and I learned a lot about Auschwitz in the town. And there's actually really neat history because next to the synagogue there is the house of the last Jew of Auschwitz. And he lived there. He returned after the war was over, and he lived there for a number of years. And then when he died, he dedicated his home to the museum and to the synagogue, and they've turned it into a kind of a cafe and a gift shop for the museum. And so it's a really neat history that exists in Auschwitz. So in the town of Auschwitz, there's also the Haberfeld factory. It's not still a running factory. They actually recently converted it to a really neat hotel. But Jacob Haberfeld in the 1800s ran this factory. It was liquors and vodka factory. And him and his family were kind of like the Jewish kind of royalty of the town in Auschwitz. It's kind of a sad story. Him and his wife were actually traveling to the World's Fair in America, and at that time the war broke out, and his daughter, who was 2 years old, and his I think it was his mother who was watching the daughter, actually were taken away during one of the roundups, and they perished in a camp. And him and his wife survived the war in America. So it's kind of a sad story, but it's a really neat history that still exists in Auschwitz.